Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to draft this asymmetrical draped design with a dramatic cutout sleeve. But we'll be doing today's tutorial a little bit differently because I'll be doing a bit of design analysis first. And I chose this blouse because it teaches a very important pattern making lesson about volume, fit, and draped bodices. So sit back, relax, and let's get straight into the video. Now let's do a little bit of design analysis stroke breakdown. First things first, we have a simple round neckline, so I'm not going to overcomplicate that part. Second, the right side of the blouse is quite clean and sits close to the body, but the left side has drama. It has an open cutout sleeve area with fabric falling from the shoulder. Third, there are diagonal drape lines across the front body. Fourth, the body of the blouse is relaxed and not oversized, which is the most important part. The blouse has drape, but it still has a little bit of shape. Fifth, the hem of the blouse is asymmetric. So now our pattern needs to do four things. It needs to keep the neckline stable, keep the body relaxed, create controlled volume on one side, and draw in an asymmetric hem, and that is the plan. So I'm going to be starting with my front full bodice already traced out. And remember in our pattern plan, I said that the bodice had a relaxed fit. So I'm going to be changing this basic front bodice block to a kimono foundation. So a kimono that would have like a joint together sleeve and arm hole. So yeah, now before I do that, I would have to measure how long I want my blouse to be, and I want my own blouse to be about 27 inches. So that is what I'm measuring right now. So now that that's done, to convert this into a kimono, I'm going to go to my shoulder tip right there, and then I'll raise it up by half inch. So I'll raise it up by half inch right there and do the same also for the other side. But before we do the other side, let's do this one first. So I'll go to the midpoint of my shoulder and just connect to that half inch that I just drew, and then just draw a line out. So the line you're drawing out will be like how long you want your sleeve to be. So my own sleeve length is about like 20 inches, so that's the length. So now I'm going to now measure my sleeve width. My sleeve width is 9.5 inches, so I'll divide that by 2. Whatever I get, I'll just measure it down. You can see me doing that right now. So I'll just connect. Now from there, I'm going to draw a line from there to my actual arm hole. Now for the body part, I'm going to go to my waist area and go up by 1 inch. Then from there, I'll place my French curve and then just draw like a curve, so that we now have like a joint together bodice and sleeve together. So you get what I mean. So now that that's done, we know that that inner part is no longer needed, so I'm just gonna clean that off. Now everything I've done there, I'm going to do it on the other side too, but with a slight difference. So if you look at the blouse, you would see that we don't have a long sleeve on the other side, so we have a short sleeve. So what I'm going to do is that I'll go to my shoulder tip right there, and then I'll measure 1.5 inches out. So that is how wide I want that part to be. You just can be smaller, it depends on you. So I'm just going to draw a straight line from there down. So now I'm going to locate the middle of that line I just finished drawing, and from there I'll just mark like a half inch in. So mark a half inch in and then just draw a curve, so that part, so that I will have like a kind of curved short sleeve. So you got the drift. So that's what I'm doing now. Now that that's done, I'm just going to clean up the straight line I drew earlier, so we know how clean, so that place can be clean. So I'm just going to highlight what the side and sleeve of that part looks like, so you're not confused. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing, remember in our pattern plan we said that the bodice is relaxed, we have a relaxed fit. So I'm going to extend my waist and my hip by 1/4 inch at both sides. So it's not too tight, but it's not too fitted either. So 1/4 inch on both sides, and that is what I'm doing. And then I'm just gonna extend my lines from there. So now I'm just going to trace out what my sides look like now, so we are not confused when we are cutting or as we progress with the drafting. So yeah, I'm doing the same also for the other side too. After this, we'll do the neckline. So the neckline is basic, but because I don't want to have a zipper at the back of my blouse, I'm going to make it a bit deep so it's easy for me to put my head in when I want to wear it. So I'll take out 1 inch from the shoulders as I've just done. Then at the center, I'm just going to measure 5 inches down so to make it a bit deeper. Now you can now connect. So I'm just gonna connect this, and that is basically all for the neckline. Nothing really much about that. And that's the neckline done. Now let's do the cutouts at the sleeves. So from my shoulder tip, I'm going to measure 2 inches out from there, and also at the hem of my sleeve I will measure 2 inches in. So now we find the middle of those 2 points. When you locate the middle, that's it right there. Then you measure 2 inches in, and then you just draw a curve. So you draw the curve just like I'm doing, and that is basically it. Now if you look at the blouse again, you see that there's some kind of gathered volume effects going on around the sleeve area. So to accommodate that, I'm just going to extend the hem of my sleeve by 4 inches. So it's not the both sides I'm enlarging, so just that part. So then I'm then going to draw a slant line from there to the other side of my sleeve. Now I'm going to trace out my sleeve area so we know what we are working with, and you can see clearly what the outline of our pattern looks like. Now in our pattern plan, we mentioned that the hem of the blouse is asymmetric, so as you can see in the design, so on one side I will go up by 2 inches and then just draw a curved line to the other side. So it's not too asymmetric, just slightly asymmetric, and that's that. So I'm just going to outline everything so you see it clearly. Now to the most important part of our design. So you need to pay more attention to this, because this is one pattern making technique I've been explaining in my previous videos, which is dart transfer stroke manipulation. So we are not erasing the dart completely from the pattern. We'll be transferring our dart shaping into the diagonal drapes you can see in the design. So those drapes are not for decoration, but first we need to draw the drape lines into the pattern strategically. First, I'm going to be drawing my first drape line from here. I'll make sure it touches my dart point right there. So the dart point right there, I'll make sure it touches it, then it stops right there. So that's for the first drape line. Now for the second one, I'll make sure it touches my second dart point right there, so you can see how I'm drawing it. So and then the line extends beyond the dart point, and that's for the second one. Now for the third one, there's no dart point for it to touch in the middle, so it's just going to be a normal random drape line. Now that will be the third one. Now for the fourth one, I'm going to start from there, and then it's going to touch my bust point right there, so you can see that's that. Then it extends beyond that, and that's for the fourth one. Now for the fifth one, I'm going to draw it from my bust point right there to somewhere around my sleeve area. So I'll draw it, look at that, and then I just stop right there, and that is all for drape line. So that also extends beyond the bust point. Now we can now talk about slashing, but before slashing, let me just trace out the outline of my pattern. Now let's begin to slash and spread and transfer our darts into our drape line. So now watch carefully. For the first drape line, you can see where I slashed to and stopped. So I stopped at the dart point right there, and then slashed open one leg of my dart. Now I'll go to the second drape line and also cut that out, so you can see. Then I'm going to place that, look at that, over my dart, just to close up the dart space around there. Now I'm just going to cut open my first drape line more, and that's that. So that last bit of paper flying around, I'm just going to tape it down so we can move on and cut our second drape line more. Now I'm going to pick up my scissors and then cut open my second drape line more. As I'm cutting, I'm going to stop at the second dart point right there, and then I'll move on to the third drape line, and then I need to close up that around there, that space around there, so you can see that's it closed down. Now I'm going to retrace my third drape line because it's looking a bit distorted already, and then I'll tape it down, and then I'm going to cut it open. So why am I cutting it? So I can close that dart right there, so you can see me cutting the dart, and then I'm going to close that part up. So look at that, and that is that. Now look at it, our lines are further distorted. So look at the paper hanging there. I'm going to tape it down so I can retrace my line. So look at me doing that. I'm also retracing my darts over. Now let's cut the next drape line. So that's it. That's me cutting it out, and yeah, that's that for that part. Now let's cut the fourth drape line. So you see, I'll be stopping there so I can cut open that and close that area up. So now I'll tape it down. When I'm done taping it down, I'll keep cutting the line all the way till it goes to the that point, bust point right there. So you can see that now I'm cutting one leg of that's also open, so I can close that part also up. So and then I will tape it down. Look at that. So I've taped that part also down, and then when I'm done taping it down, I can now continue cutting to where my desired spots, and that is that. Now to the fifth and final drape line. I'm going to cut this one from the sleeve, but first let's cut one leg of that open up to the bust point. Now that's done. Now I'm going to cut open the slash line all the way to the bust point there, and then that's pretty easy. Just close it over, tape it down, and then just cut open to your desired length. And that's basically all we have to do to transfer these darts into our drape lines. Now the next thing we need to do is to spread it out more so we can have the amount of volume we want. So we are not spreading it out in a way that is not that like in a random way. You spread it out by how much volume you want. So you can spread out by 2 inches, 3 inches, depends on you. So I'm just going to spread out how I want. I basically used about like 2 or 3 inches for each area. So there's really nothing to talk much to talk about here. But I spread out each area by 3 inches, and then the sleeve area I spread it out more than the body area. So I spread out the sleeve area by 5 inches. So everything is by your discretion, but just make sure it's not so much so that you don't lose the fit of your design. Now you have to pleat it back up just like I'm doing, connect the points, and then you just cut out, and that is it for this part. Now you need to add your allowance into this: 1/4 inch at the neckline, 1/2 inch at the shoulder, 1 inch at the sides. And as important everything we've done is, what is even more important is also marking your notches. So mark all of these points I am notching, mark that point, mark the drape notches also, so that you don't lose or get confused when you're about to sew. So you need to mark all your notches so you know where you're gathering, where you're pleating, and all of that. Now to keep this simple for the back, I just decided to use do the exact same thing we did for the front and also do the same thing for the back. And of course, I'm not showing you that. Just repeat everything we've done to the front and do it to your back pattern. Now let's talk about fabric. You should use a fabric that has a lot of drape. I used an Adire cotton fabric, but you can use something different. I think in the design they use like a soft linen fabric. So you should do something that would give you like the draping effect that you need for your design. Now, the next thing you need to do now is to make it twirl. And this is not a suggestion, not because the design is impossible, because you need to know what this would look like on a body, how the drips will flow. And one thing I noticed when I made my own twirl was that I needed to make the sleeve area much more drippy like this, but I didn't do that in my final design because I didn't have a lot of fabric to work with. So I just went with what I already did. Now for sewing, I'm not going to be showing you a lot of that. I'm only going to show you how I pleated the sides and also how I did the gathered sleeve area. So the rest of the sewing is basically how to sew a blouse. So now the first thing, I already mentioned that I notched everything. So you pick the first notch and get it to meet the second notch right here. Then I'll just pin that down. Then I'll move to the next notch. So I'll take that one also and move it also to the next notch that I already made, and then I'll pin that down, and then on and on and on till I get to the final notch. And this is it. So I'll just sew that down and that will be all. Now for the sleeve area, so we also notched that one before. So for this one, instead of doing just one big pleats from one notch to the other, I'll just do several like small tiny pleats that look like gathering. So just like that, and then to the other notch, and then I'll just stitch that down. Now the extra bit of fabric hanging there, so you just see I pleat that down and pleat it over what I already pleated before. But first you need to just sew down, fold in 1 inch before you do that second pleat. And so this is me sewing the pleats. So once I'm done, look at what the side pleats look like. And look at the sleeve area, the first pleats I talked about. Now the other one that we need to lay over, so you can see that is how I'm going to lay it over, and that completes that part of our sleeve. So yeah, this is the completed blouse, the sleeveless parts, the sleeve, the one with the sleeve and with the cutouts right there. So I'm just going to place that part there, or maybe even gather it, and if you have that metallic brooch thing that's on the design, you put it over to cover the pleated stitches. But for me, I'm just going to sew a long strip of fabric and just tie it over that spot. So yeah, don't forget to tap the subscribe button below your screen, tap the like button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.